opponents under 40% shooting twice as much in the last 15 games as the first 50 games in the NBA.
Camby the steal. Up ahead, Bayless. Pass too long. He saves, but right to Phoenix. Now come the Suns 3-on-2. Lob to Richardson from Nash. 4-point swing right there. Blazers had numbers.
And you've got to look when Nash has the ball if you're Rudy for someone behind you. Jason Richardson gave him the thumbs up. I'm going.
Phoenix 8 fast break points early in this game. Of course, Blazers won that battle in game 1, surprisingly. Juwan Howard doesn't get the roll this time. The rebound Fry. Richardson leaks out, got behind Bayless. Traveled with the ball underneath and reversed it in.
Boy, the crowd is trying to help, but it just can't get the offense going.
Webster has to take a long two. It is long. Camby trying to grab the miss. He can't. Blazers had looked like they were going to charge back. They lose track of Richardson. And Marcel Webster on the transition defense. You cannot leave Jason Richardson open. He had the huge start to game 2, and he's got 12 in game 3 in the first quarter.
Well, the Blazer big guys are trying to crash the boards to get some kind of scoring. When they do, it leaves them weak down at the other end. And the Blazers are one of the best teams in the NBA against the fast break.
Portland again searching for offense against the clock. Bayless, Rudy got to put it up, throws up a desperation three. Shot clock violation. And how long can you leave LaMarcus Aldridge and Andre Miller on the Blazer bench if you're Nate McMillan? Well, they do have 2 fouls apiece, but this is slipping away early like game 2 did.
Yeah, I would bring LA, and I'll tell you, Dante Cunningham was shot. He's a guy that can score points.
He's an energy guy, at least.
Yeah, energy, rebounds well, can close on three-point shooters, so they may have to give Dante a little help.
Leandro Barbosa, right past Camby, no help behind, another layup. Bayless across midcourt. And first quarter ends a masterpiece for the Phoenix Suns, much like the first quarter of game 2 in Phoenix. And they have done exactly what they have wanted here early. Take the crowd out of the game, get the game in their tempo, and get it out and run.
Get to that second screen if we need it, but most of all, we just need to settle down into this ball game.
Well, and not only is Phoenix outrunning Portland and out-shooting Portland, they're out-muscling them again here early as Louis Amundsen pushes Webster out of the way, grabs the offensive rebound, and scores.
Yeah, with the Blazers thinking about offense, now they probably should be thinking of defense a little bit more.
Shot clock again, winding down. Blazers end up with a long desperation 2 off the mark. Phoenix's defense has totally locked Portland up early in this one. Dragic to Fry, and Phoenix playing free and easy, you've already mentioned.
LA the whole year has just owned Channing Frye, and the Blazers can't seem to get him the ball down where he can score or get to the foul line.
Shot clock winding down. Don't say that very often. We certainly haven't tonight. Suns get it with 2 on the clock. Andre Miller back in for
Rudy.
Yes. And Juwan Howard will sit down as Dante Cunningham will check in.
And I think these are both good moves by the Blazers. It gives you Dante that can score and it gets physical, and Andre Miller can run the show.
Barbosa nearly went in. Another offensive rebound again. Portland getting out hustled. That ball was there for the taking.
Yeah, and it's you know, you have no options with no Roy and people in foul trouble.
And Dragic will reset the offense. Although the clock now at 7. Jared Dudley takes an open 3 and buries it. Blazers slow to react, slow to get out on three-point shooters. And it's the second chance points again that are killing the Trailblazers as Phoenix is running away. And look at them double and swarm. on the defensive end because Portland hasn't to this point been able to hit anything. Martell Webster hits that open three.
And that's why they can double LaMarcus now all night long with a 20-point lead. They can take a chance on the Blazers missing a three-point shot.
Dragic to an open Amundsen. Foul line jumper is off the mark. Rebound Aldridge.
You can't panic as Nate said on the bench. You've just got to play it one possession at a time.
Miller gets Amundsen in the air and is fouled. Free throws coming. It'll be Portland's second trip to the line. Phoenix with 11 attempts. You look at this lead of 20. Consider that Phoenix is 6 for 11 at the free throw line. This could be a lot worse.
But, you know, the second unit guys have been good to Alvin Gentry all year long. And when they're ahead like this in the game, they can play free and easy. They have not been a great road team, under 500. And if you look at the Blazers, they've been, and Dallas, the two best road teams in the West in the playoffs, and they're the two worst home teams. As you saw San Antonio beat Dallas in the last ball game, it's because Dallas hasn't been good all year, but they've been very good on the road. So you never know what will happen in these series.
Miller misses a pair. Well, and as Phoenix said after they lost game one, hey, not the end of the world, we'll bounce back. And unless things change dramatically here, it's going to be the Trailblazers with those kind of comments after game 3. Barbosa right down the middle, misses the shot. Amundsen nearly had the offensive board. Barbosa steals. Aldridge can't foul. He's got to be careful with his 2. And the Suns score again. That'll probably go down as a steal and a bucket, so not a second chance point.
No.
But again, a turnover for Portland. That's 6. Miller into Fry. That's the Andre Miller we saw in game 1, delivering the blow.
Yeah, getting the ball now. That's not their problem, getting the ball to Andre. Their problem is shooting better than 30% and holding Phoenix under 60%.
And a conservative timeout called by Alvin Gentry, but he has to be loving everything he's seeing here tonight. Suns by 20. And his mom, Janelle, is there as well. You guys keep your heads up. And the Trailblazers will try their best to rally back in this ball game and get a win for you tonight. Barbosa draws all of the defense. And Fry can't hit the 3. Here's Bayless and Miller out on the break. Miller cut off by a couple of Suns. Look at the swarming double teaming to get the ball out of the hands of Miller. And he turns it over. Dudley, 3 in transition. Long. Amundsen had a chance at it. Miller knocked it away. But the Suns now can afford to gamble and afford to take chances, defensively especially.
Yeah, and the Blazers offensively, they're not used to playing at a real fast tempo. So when they try to score quickly to get back in this game, it's just not the way they play all year long when they try to not turn the ball over, take good shots.
Dragic for 3. And now, as you said, playing free and easy for them. It only pours gas on the fire.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if they miss a 3. They're 20 up. So when you got that freedom.
23 now.
Yeah, 23 now. Bayless looks a little tired there. He's the guy that has to, if they're going to go one-on-one, he has to do it.
Aldridge 0 for 4 here in the first half. Bayless down the middle. Lays it in.
See, and that's what he has to do. He has to get real aggressive and make somebody check him and get some help so he can get maybe a guy like Martell open on the perimeter.
Barbosa long 2. You know, Phoenix was the hottest team in the NBA, or one of them, coming down the stretch in the regular season. Finished the season 14-2. Had the game 1 stunner against Portland to start this playoff series, and a lot of people nationally were not really changing their tune on the Suns. They were just saying that was an aberration as to what we have seen from Phoenix late in the season. Now, given the way games 2 and 3 have gone, you can't fault people for speaking up even more about that and saying, what happened in game 1? This is the Phoenix team we've seen the last couple of months.
Well, they had to really step back because they beat Denver by 20.
Miller fouled.
By scoring 123 points against Denver. Then the last game of the season, they played Utah and held Utah to 37% shooting. They went into the playoffs